kinds of, this API's piece of code, it has all kinds of required parameters and optional parameters. It has to be called in the correct format. The large language models can create that piece of code accurately every single time. The third is what we call orchestration capability, where a complex task needs to be broken down into several steps. For example, I order a delivery of pizza, but there's a whole number of tasks. For example, what's the size of the pizza, what's the address, and what's the delivery time, etc. And sometimes they have interdependencies. You need to solve the first task in order to solve the second and the third, and maybe third and fourth can be parallel, and eventually end on the fifth. So there's a sequence of execution you need to determine. And the AI models not only needs to produce each step correctly, it needs to produce the sequence correctly. Otherwise, it may have conflicts, and you may not have enough sufficient information to execute your next step. So in the past, as the guest has mentioned, in the past, ChatGPT is human in the loop, meaning that you are always sitting behind the scene interacting with your model, getting output, and you, as a human being, transfer that piece of content to the outside world. You are essential in that piece. In the human agent, in a highly automated AI-driven system, it's not the case anymore. Because you're delegating, you're empowering, and you're authorizing the AI system to do the job behind the scene for you. And therefore, without human interventions, there is no human beings sitting behind. There's always the AI system doing it for you. And in the past, I would say AI models are models in the Zoom. You're in a confined space. You're being locked down in your cell. But in the future, you're given legs and arms for the AI models. In the past, AI is just your brain. It doesn't have the ability to execute. Now you're giving its ability to execute. And therefore, we must guarantee the safety of that any entity. And I highly suggest not to hook up AI systems with your nuclear launch code, because who knows what's going to happen. So this is an evolving field, and I think in the future, as you mentioned, models are talking to models. It's not now a reality that AI models are actually talking to models, and the two different compute systems in the past they exchange their communication through a predefined APIs, but nowadays they can actually commute with each other's, converse with each other with human languages. And it's hard to tell behind the scenes, is that a real human being or is that a compute system? It's hard to say. So as AI researchers and as a company, we need to make sure that our product is safe and we have put sufficient safeguard to make sure we can reach that safety. If not 100%, I think we will probably never get to 100%, but 99.9999. As all AWS systems, we guarantee nine digits. So we're doing our best to make sure things are safe.
Thank you for sharing this.
Thanks for sharing.
Yes,
my professional background is not allowing me to fully understand those AI papers and that stuff. But yeah, I forgot. I don't know if that 25 AI village, that scenario is already in the experiment, or is it just
you can safely assume that AIs are actually talking to AI themselves. I'm not sure about that particular experiment of 25 for living village. I'm not sure about that. But in a lab environment, you can safely assume.
Because what they pointed out really interesting is that each agent has their own personalities and has their own preferences, and some agents will become enemies, some agents will become friends. So that kind of a social, really human-like social relationships is kind of scary.
Yes, the reason being, you're training an AI model, and that AI model is a reflection of humanity.
Is it a reflection of the data you're feeding it, or?
Yeah, AI is trained on data, right?
Yes.
And data is a reflection of human life, human experience, human knowledge, human history. And it's already baked in with everything that human has or not have. So I would argue that if you lock 25 real person in a village, you should expect the same thing, and you shouldn't expect anything different from AI. Because we have, saying, your model can only be as good as your data. So whatever you're feeding to your model determines how the model will be.
Because ChatGPT is basically like a probability issue, right? When they are outputting answers, it based on what data is being trained on. If it's feed on bad data, it will output a bad data.
Right.
So it's like it has a probability that it might spit out some wrong answers. And it's really not like really completely solving human laziness in like doing stuff, but it requires human layers confirmation or like.
Right. Human confirmation is an essential part of agents. For example, eventually if I want to book a flight, AI will help you to go through every single steps. But at the very end, it will output a confirmation making sure that you consent with the action it takes. For example, I want to draw $2,000 from your bank. Would that be happening without your consent? No. We'll do everything we can to secure that process.
Yes.
So on this, we release all the rights to AI. Otherwise, they have to confirm with us to.
Yeah, the designer of the AI system will determine what to be requires confirmation. In some of the automated process, not every single step require authorization, but in some critical process, it does.
Thank you so much, everyone, to share this with us. And Eva and Shudong, do you guys want to say something other than this to join us?
I think their signal may not very works.
Oh,
They are not hearing us very
yeah. So we're having come across from different fields to talk about the challenge, the alternative, and also the collaboration with humans and communities. We came from like different dynamic background to discuss how AI affect on us and technology have been changed for this society. And I really appreciate you guys all sharing your idea and thought about, like we have been really deeply talk about how those technology affect on us. And really appreciate your education for us. I think it's really important step that we can, like you always working as your personal field, it's really important you can like explain or introduce what you really work on to people who from different fields. I think this education or community engagement is really important for us for next step. That's what we are doing for now, like gathering people, sharing the idea from our work, from IT, from like even technology field that you guys really did a lot of effort to put this step forward to make a big change for the future work. As us working in design and art field, we really need to collaboration with technology that to use it as a tool for the future that make us as a human being to have a better future, but we cannot limit it under AI. So we have to associate with AI, understand the procedure, and also to get to know the field a little bit more. Of course, for myself, I need to probably need to get knowledge to know how to coding, or even if you
Probably don't need a coding anymore.
because ChatGPT or even how we need to construction.
Yeah, we have